Why do so many people love Emberlynn Pinkle in Hell of a Boss? Well, actually, I think it's a very simple answer, but the answer is the same reason why there are people who hate her or think she's cringe. And the reason for that is because she represents a very large part, I would say, of the Hell of a Boss fandom. And that part is the fanfic writers, the monster fuckers, the demon fuckers. And I think that a lot of people, when they saw Amberlynn, they saw a part of themselves in her. Now, whether or not they chose to accept that part, that's a different story. Because I know from personal experience that sometimes the parts of you that would be perceived as cringe by others are parts of you that you may try to hide or even suppress. And I'm lucky enough that that's not me. I do have interests that could be called cringe. I love reading smut. I write fan fiction. I love fan fiction. I love the monster fucker community, the anime community, all of it. But I can see why some people might think that that's odd. However, what we see with Amberlynn is that she is extremely unapologetic in the things that she enjoys. And I think that's a very admirable quality to have. I also think that in the way that she's presented, it's not like it's making fun of her necessarily, because, and by the way, she's shown all bright-eyed and yes, very perverted, but very bright-eyed and happy that Blitzo is actually there and that he wants to kill her, but then she's gonna go to hell and she's gonna basically live one of her biggest fantasies, which is, well, being surrounded by a bunch of hot monsters and demons. I think that a lot of love went into making that episode, and I think that a lot of people who worked on it were also able to identify with parts of Amberlynn really well. And I think that is definitely a huge part why the fandom loves her so much. She represents us, she represents the fandom, and she also represents the creators of Hell of a Boss and Has Been Hotel. I have seen more than a few reactions on YouTube how differently people react to Amberlynn. I think it tells you a lot about those people, because yes, people cringe at her, but at the end of the day, I don't think I've seen a single person say that Amberlynn's design isn't cute. Especially her demon form, it's so fucking adorable. Came up with that design. They deserve a raise because that design is peak. It screams weeb, yes. But in this case, that's a good thing, because Amberlynn is a 100% certified weeb. And once again, she isn't shy about it at all. She has more posters in her room, more smut, more books than I do. And I hope that one day I will be at that level, but right now I'm not. Similarly, she is also very creative, because the speed at which she wrote that Blitzo fanfic, I really wish I had that kind of speed to write my books, because if I did, a lot of them would already be done. But unfortunately, I'm not there yet. Something else that I've noticed about her room is that it's absolutely covered in merch, which means that Amberlynn, she supports artists and their work, which is, for me, it's just another plus. I don't even care that she's, in her mid-20s and living with her parents. Even if she is cringe, even if her parents want her to move out, want her to leave, look, she's just living, or I guess was living, her best life. And now that she's dead, she's gonna live an even better life. So I just see that as a win for her. And I think she absolutely deserves this win, even if she's gonna be annoying as hell to Blitz. Not that I blame her, because if a hot demon showed up in my room, I would also want to follow him whenever he went. Now that she's in hell, she's just gonna have a blast there. Just an absolute fun time. She's a monster fucker, so of course she's gonna be happy there. I really hope that she shows up even as a background character somewhere in season 3 maybe. I really want to see Stolas react to her because I don't know if he would perceive her as a rival or anything. I just think that the interactions would be funny. Or maybe they could both bond over how hot they think Blitzo is or how absolutely horny both of them are. Oh, and maybe then Emberlynn could write a fanfiction about Stolas and Blitzo because I guarantee she writes yaoi. She looks like she would. I would read that fanfiction. I really would. I would support and will continue to support Emberlynn in whatever crazy adventures she finds herself next.